Hey folks, FallenTitanAndy here, doing another game review, so let's have a look. So when you start up Estate Agent Simulator, it basically tells you straight off that this is a beta and that it is still in early access. There are going to be bugs and all that sort of stuff, so we got to keep that in mind. Alright, so yeah. So let's start a new game. It gives you the option of starting a new game with easy, normal or hard. It also gives you a day cycle of short, normal or long. So I'm going to do easy and long. You do get to choose a real estate agent, and honestly, I think they could have done a little better with the designs. Like, oh my god. Honestly, I think you could have given us the option to create our own character and just name him ourselves. So I'm just going to go with Charles. Obviously you can change his name to something else, but we'll keep it at Charles for now. The next option you can do is choose your wife. So when you start up the game, you are given a tutorial and it does tell you what to do straight away, which is go to a suitcase which is on the ground and open it up, and it gives you money. So you basically start off with $42,000 and you basically have to use that money to your items. Now, tutorial will tell you to open your tabs and you'll see food and drink. I honestly don't like that sort of thing in a game. It just makes you run around a little bit more in the game, being like, oh, my character's hungry and thirsty. I don't get it. I mean, I understand you want to make it realistic and whatnot, but at the same time, you got to make it more appropriate for actual humans. So I strongly suggest getting rid of the food and drink, but if you want to keep it in, that's entirely up to you, okay? So this is your game, I'm just making suggestions. This is basically my house, and there's me wife. You can talk to her. It does give you prompts to talk to her and stuff like that. Now, here's the map that you're given. You can basically travel around it and see that it's not really that big. It's just a few places. You are also given XP, which can go towards special skills that you can unlock throughout the game. So the tutorial tells us to go to a bus stop. Now, graphic wise, I think it looks decent. It doesn't look fantastic. It's fine. I've seen worse. Trust me, I've seen worse. We'll go to the bus stop, get on a bus, and we'll go to Notting Hill. Now we just got to find a place that is looking for a realtor. We'll go over here. We can walk around. Obviously there are bigger places that we can buy. You can also buy a plot of land, but you need skills in order to get them. You look for places that have that sign, and so we'll talk to the lady. So this is the price of the house that this lady is currently after. It's a bit too much for me, so we can say no. We'll look around and see what other places we can find. Here's another one. She's after $16,393. It sounds alright, but we can negotiate. Let's say 10,000. Alright, she wants more. So let's try 12,000. Alright. She wants to push a bargain. Let's try 13,500.
And did you fail?
And she did not buy. Okay, so we move on to another place. Ah, here we go. Alright, so 16,850. Let's try our last bid. Alright, so 14,000. Really? Alright, you push a hard bargain, but 15,000. There we go. We inspect the place and we clean it up. You earn skill points by cleaning up the actual house. So remove rubbish, check upstairs to see if there's any rubbish up there. And of course, bug spray to get rid of bugs. And a sponge. There's nothing up here, so I don't have to come back up. Sponge to clean up crap. Right, so you can use a paintbrush and change the color. So we'll go blue. Now the one thing I don't like is that it's doing the entire house, like inside it. I think if you really want to show off your creativity, maybe allow us to do a little bit more, you know, give us the opportunity to say paint this room and then this room a different color, add something to the roof to give it a little bit more, change the floors, maybe change the stairs as well, and of course change upstairs just to make it look a little different and unique. You could still make money off it. So now it is going on to 6 p.m. in the game and you have to go home and go to bed. That's another thing I don't like, is that you have to go to bed. I can understand you got a time system and that sort of stuff. That's fine. But the whole sleep thing, food and drink, I don't think it's really needed. But if you've got it in the game, you've got it in the game, you know? So we'll see if we can talk to the wife. You are given a vehicle, although I would not be caught dead in this, but anyway, we'll go to a furniture store. Now, as I said, this is pretty much open world, so you can basically come to this area, and what they have here is a storage wall. You can basically go to these storage containers, bid on them, and get items out of the actual containers. I'll show that a little later whenever it happens, but in the meantime you can basically drive down to here, talk to this lady and buy furniture through her. So let's see, I want to grab a bed. We'll go. Another thing I would like to also see is maybe customize the actual furniture so that you can basically add a little bit more color to the place. And ooh, you can buy outdoor furniture. Sweet. Alright, cool. So you can be a little creative, not by much though. Alright, so we'll go to the house that we bought. So now let's grab some stuff. We'll put the bed upstairs. You can put up to 20 bits of furniture into a house, as you just saw. There we go. And last item. I'm not going to go all out. You don't say. So we'll choose some photos. So average rental value of the house is between 3,690 to 4,510. You just basically have to type in the amount that you want to put it at. So we'll go 4,000 and submit the ad. So this is the real estate agent that you work at. Obviously you can clean it up. So you got your bins here and you get money out of what you throw in the right one. So and of course whatever house you have on the market or that you're advertising will be in these little dome things, and you'll have people come up, have a look at it, and you can talk and want to rent the house for 18 days. That's 4,000 a day. This price is high for me, but I accept it. Alright, so we basically just allowed someone to rent a house from us. And yeah, so every day that it rolls through, we can basically go to that customer, the rent off them, and then use that rent towards another house. Same with whatever money we have left over, and start the process all over again. So there is a lot more to do in the actual game, and I'm not going to cover it all, but once you do get into a bit of a rhythm, you can discover you can do more in the game, and as you unlock your skills and all that, you obviously do more. Now, I have said some positive things about this, but there are quite a few negatives about it. For example, decoration definitely needs to be a little bit more work done. Like I said, it's just, you want to try and make it look a little bit more better in certain areas than others. Like, if you've seen my channel, I do House Flipper 2, and I put in so much creative work into whatever I put into those houses, so maybe that's something you could look at. Also, I did see a clip for the game where you just instantly build a house straight away. I think that is okay, but again, you also want people to be creative and create their own houses from scratch, which is something I do sometimes. And yeah, so all in all, I would probably give Estate Agent Simulator, and I'm being very generous, a 5 out of 10 at the moment. Do I see it getting better in time? I hope so. But in the meantime, I think it needs a little bit more time to cook. If you're into a good casual game, sure, this game would be for you. Yeah, if you want to be really creative, this is not the game for you. I would recommend House Flipper and House Flipper 2 more than Real Estate Agent. So, sorry, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all for watching, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out all the other games that I have reviewed and other content that I do on here. I do House Flipper 2, which I've said, motorcycle mechanic, car mechanic, and yeah. So again, thank you, and bye. We'll see if we can talk to the wife. Ooh. She was thinking about me. Of course. Can we... Hello!
Alright, you bad boy.
I'm gonna get banned. Obviously you couldn't see. Now there is no hit detection. You don't like bounce off trees, or you don't have...
And you fail.
Like a place you can go to, like... Oh wait. There we go. So that's where it ends up. Oops!